My boss tried to force me to work during a family emergency. I didn't just quit. I showed 50 employees the truth. I never planned to bring down the entire management team of a multi-million-dollar tech company. But when my boss denied my emergency leave while my daughter was in surgery, I discovered something that changed everything. For 3 years, I'd been a model employee at Next Level Midgen, always early, working weekends when needed, consistently exceeding targets. My performance reviews were stellar, and I'd been promised a promotion to senior developer that was just around the corner. Last month, my 9-year-old daughter fell from a treehouse, fracturing her arm so severely it required emergency surgery with possible nerve damage. I rushed to the hospital, texting my direct supervisor, Michael, that I needed emergency family leave. His response still makes my blood boil. "The Johnson presentation is tomorrow. Your personal issues aren't my problem. Either be online for the meeting or clear out your desk." I was sitting in pre-op with my terrified daughter when I read this. I was all she had in that moment. "I am taking my approved emergency family leave as outlined in our employee handbook. My daughter is going into surgery," I replied. "Emergency leave requires director approval, which I am denying. This is your final warning." After a 7-hour surgery while she was in recovery, I checked my messages to find I'd been locked out of all company accounts. Michael had fired me for abandonment of duties during a critical project phase. That's when I remembered something crucial. 6 months earlier, AR had asked all employees to sign updated employment contracts. During the signing meeting, I'd noticed that the emergency leave clause had been altered to require director approval, contradicting state law that guarantees unconditional emergency family leave. I'd flagged this to HR Director Jessica, who assured me it was just a template error and would be fixed. She asked me to sign anyway to keep things moving, promising a corrected version later. I insisted on noting the discrepancy before signing with understanding that emergency leave policy will be corrected to comply with state law. Jessica initialed this note. That annotated contract was my lifeline. I contacted a labor attorney who confirmed my suspicions. Next Level had been systematically violating state family leave laws. My case was just the tip of the iceberg. Rather than immediately filing a lawsuit, I took a different approach. I emailed 50 colleagues with whom I'd built strong relationships over the years. The subject line: "Check your employment contract. You may not have the protection you think." I explained what happened to me and highlighted the specific clause that violated state law. I attached copies of the relevant legislation and suggested they review their own contracts. What followed was a company-wide awakening. 23 employees discovered they'd been denied legitimate leave requests. 17 found they'd been working under illegal contract terms. 5 had documentation of similar threats from management. Within 48 hours, the company's COO called me personally, offering my job back with a substantial raise, the promised promotion, and back pay for the days I'd missed. He claimed Michael had acted outside company policy and had been reprimanded. I declined and forwarded his call recording to my attorney the following week. Our attorney filed a class action lawsuit on behalf of 37 current and former employees. Next Level's board of directors launched an internal investigation that resulted in the termination of Michael, Jessica, and 2 other directors who had systematically covered up labor violations. The lawsuit was settled out of court for a substantial sum. More importantly, the company implemented comprehensive policy changes and mandatory compliance training. My daughter has fully recovered with no permanent nerve damage. I've started a new position at a company that actually lives its employees' first values rather than just printing them on motivation posters. Sometimes standing your ground isn't just about protecting yourself, it's about ensuring others don't face the same injustice. And sometimes the most powerful response to clear out your desk is, "I'll see you in court."